Okay, welcome back to the last part of this. Well, not last part of this, but the last part of Luxerion side questing. So we're gonna sleep until 1600, which is 4 p.m. We're gonna be doing 2 quests at the same time because this requires me to do a lot of diddling around.
Hello? Would you like to buy some tears? I can make you a great deal. I swear you won't regret it.
So yeah, we're gonna buy this girl's tears.
You're selling your tears? That's not something you see every day.
That's right. People say my tears are beautiful and majestic. They can't get enough. Some even call them the tears of an angel. Would you like to see? Never mind. I guess I can't sell them to you.
But you've already taken my money.
Don't dwell on the money. It's not about that. I can't sell my tears to just anybody you know.
I've never met a merchant who was bold enough to choose their customers.
I know, but I'm special. I can't give you a refund, but instead you can ask me anything you want. Anything at all.
No thanks, I'd rather not.
Then what if I tell you a story that'll make you want to ask me something? You see, I used to be an actress. This was a long time ago. But then, one day, that thing happened. And I had to quit. I can't do much, but I can cry on cue. That's what prompted me to start this business. Come on, aren't you even the teeniest bit curious why I quit acting?
Not really, but I'll listen if you want me to.
Reverse psychology, huh? I'm not falling for that. Besides, I already gave you your money's worth. And that's all for today. If you want more, come back another time.
So we gotta talk to her a total of 4 different days.
Sorry for anyone.
Yeah. In order to complete this quest. But that's not the only NPC we have to talk to across several different days for arbitrary reasons. Normally I would be doing other quests in between here, but I do want to keep this concise. This is obviously inefficient. By the way, that girl only appears between the hours of 1600 and I believe it's 1900? No, not 1900. It's 2100. This dude...
You look like you have troubles. Something on your mind there?
Appears between the hours of 1000 hours and 1900 hours.
Lost in my thoughts. Thinking about an old friend.
Oh?
He passed away, unfortunately, a while back.
I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, my name is Armand. Would you have some time to spare? I have quite a story to tell about him.
So, go ahead, we'll accept this quest.
Sure. Tell me about him.
He was a reporter. A firm believer that the pen was mightier than the sword. A do-gooder. Believed he could save people by exposing the evils and hypocrisies of society. Naive, maybe, but full of determination.
Being naive's better than having no ideals at all.
Agreed. At first, he was just a regular beat reporter for a local paper. His articles were mainly about the local stores and great discounts they were offering that week. You know, little tidbits to help people out in their daily lives. As you can tell, nothing worthy of the front page. But one day, a great opportunity fell into his lap.
He got assigned a big story.
You're one step ahead of me. But that's enough storytelling for one day. The rest will have to wait for another time.
It really isn't just you talk to these people multiple times. It's just, yeah, I'm not telling you now. Come back tomorrow when the world will end in a few days. So, normally I would just skip to the next day for clarity's sake, but oh yeah, I can do that. this kid is still running. His pathfinding gets confused if you are really far away from him. Come on, kid, hurry up. I got other quests to do.
I hate the night shift.
I hate the night shift. And it's not even dark out. Yeah, we saw this already. Although +4 strength for a trivially easy quest is not anything really to scoff at. Anubis, we don't fight that because Anubises aren't worth fighting. They can't go extinct. Now, I would go to the inn and sleep, but there is something I need to collect from Old Town to complete this quest. What? Okay, to complete, Buried Passion. See these pile of boxes? I may have done this on screen. But break them all and one more. And give me that quill pen. Thank you.
It looks like one of those old-fashioned pens. It also looks like someone deliberately buried it here.
What is... Okay, just that Anubis. They can deal with it.
Do you have any require a...
Now, again, this is not at all efficient, but... 6 a.m., come back. Obviously, we're going to skip the Hope dialogue and whatever Sarah Lumina might say. And all the Tree of Life scenes.
Welcome back.
Alright. Oh, right. I keep forgetting I can't actually skip this little thing here. So we're going to repeat this process a few times.
This broadcast is brought to you by the Public Works Office of the Order of Salvation.
Welcome to our...
Please pray and thank Almighty God
1600.
for allowing us to see another...
We eagerly await your next...
Yeah, so you can give me... So you can take another 500 gil
You're
away from
missing
me.
out on... You're back! Do you want to buy some tears? I should warn you, though, I had to raise the price a little.
Explain to me why I should have to pay more than before.
Are you questioning the market value of my tears?
She says
They're
after
special.
she gives her fucking
Only
money
for
the second
special
time.
people.
All right. You've talked yourself up quite a bit. Well, show me what you've got.
No, I can't. Not for you.
You've certainly got a knack for testing my patience.
Since you already gave me your money, I'll tell you a big secret instead. Do you know how I cry for people? Can you imagine the things I think of?
Something sad, like your pointless existence?
No, Miss Smarty Pants. I don't think of anything. I just empty my head. Then, like magic, the tears come.
So, you're a born fraud.
You mean actress. I had a great mentor.
Who was that?
My acting coach. He's the one who taught me to become one with my role. Without him, I'd have gone nowhere. Master that, and the acting would come naturally. He taught me everything I know. This might seem silly, but I kept acting to spend time with him.
You really cared for him.
I loved him. I wanted to be with him for the rest of my life. But look at me. Even though we spent decades together, he never stopped treating me like a child. Who can blame him, really? He died some time ago in an accident. I didn't have the heart to keep acting after that. I just couldn't. Without him watching my performance, it all seemed so pointless.
So that's why you quit.
I thought it was time. I went through a few things after that, nothing I'll bore you with. And now I'm here, selling my tears. So this is my calling.
That's an optimistic way to look at things. But I have to ask, doesn't the past make you cry?
Tears dry up, you know. I cried every day for 100 years after he passed away. But not anymore. I can cry to keep my business going, but that's something completely different. And that's enough talk for today.
She's awfully cheerful for someone who cries for a living, don't you think?
She does seem happy, at least on the surface. But sometimes people laugh when they're crying on the inside.
Now, good thing that the other three places will not take this long, or I should say this many days. I don't mind wasting days, personally. If I have to replay the game again, so be it.
Hey, are you ready to tell me more about your friend? His story's pretty intriguing.
Oh, you're back. I knew you couldn't stay away forever. I wager you're dying to hear the rest of my friend's story. Now, where were we? Oh, right. He'd gotten transferred to a department that handled big stories, and was given a huge one himself. It was a bribery case in XIII-3. The woman suspected of the crime held quite a high position in the order.
Corruption at the very top of the church hierarchy, huh? Sounds like a pretty big story, all right.
It was indeed. Quite scandalous, actually. My friend pursued the case with a vengeance, and published articles about it every day to keep the public informed of the facts. The woman was subjected to heavy criticism. A little too much, in fact. Turns out my friend was right about one thing. The saying is true. The pen is mightier than the sword. Unable to cope, she killed herself.
That must have been tragic for your friend. But he simply told the truth, that's all.
Well, the real tragedy is what followed. Shortly after her death, a document was uncovered. This document provided invaluable evidence in the case. It exonerated her of her crime. She was innocent.
So the articles written by your friend drove an innocent person to take her own life?
Yes, and he couldn't bear such a burden. I mean, who could? I'll have to tell you the rest of the story at another time.
Require a...
I could actually do some editing and do other quests in between what I'm doing here to actually make use of my time instead of wasting it, but no. I don't care about that enough. I just want to do all the areas in one video with as little work as possible. I will sink more hours into a game than
it's that
rather
time
do
again.
any sort of video editing at the moment. Oh, hold on. We're gonna repeat this process actually 2 more times.
Broadcast is brought to you by the Public Morals Office of the Order of Salvation.
If you need a welcome to our...
And thank Almighty God for allowing us to see another dawn.
We eagerly await your next visit.
You really want to see the tears of an angel, don't you? Well then, let's see. The price for today is... I'm so sorry. I know this is getting old, but I don't think I can sell them to you after all.
Look, if you can't sell me any, why don't you just tell me in the first place?
Well,
Why do you keep
let
giving
me
her
ask you
money?
this. Why do you insist on buying them when they're not what you're after in the first place? I know deep down, you really want something else.
You're a mind reader too?
Don't be coy. It's just that I can read people sometimes. I can sense what they're after.
Look at you, blessed with all these hidden talents. Alright, what is it that I'm really after?
No need to be snide. What you're after is gone. Never to return. You lost something that was dear to you. An irreplaceable bond of some kind.
Who the hell are you?
I'm just a kid that's always been a little bit more perceptive than others, that's all. For some reason, I can sense what people want and how they're feeling. My tears are therapeutic for them.
I don't understand how it is that your tears can help people with their problems.
Well, everyone's been alive for so long now, their hearts are old and worn. They don't know how to feel anymore. Their tears have all dried up. People have lived for so long with feelings of sorrow and despair that it's become a natural part of them now. They don't even notice it anymore. They can't cry because they've forgotten how. That's why I do it for them. When people see my tears, it helps them remember how they used to feel. I think people should be able to laugh when they're happy and cry when they're sad.
The angel's tears you sell mend people's hearts. I'll admit, that's admirable.
I believe you can't smile a genuine smile without being able to cry genuine tears. I just help them remember what it's like. But I can't heal you with my tears. That's why I don't cry for you. Sorry.
Then what about you? Do you ever cry for yourself to mend your own heart?
Huh? For me? No, I haven't done that in a long time.
At least not for centuries, I'm guessing.
I think so. Why do you ask?
Just curious. She heals people by crying for those who can't, but she can't cry for herself. Her tears have become nothing more than a tool for her trade, an item to sell. No one seems to notice that, like everyone else, her heart needs healing too.
That woman's been hanging...
This is cutscene heavy here.
I heard an
But at least those horses
Hello there, Anubis. I'm not fighting you. Hello, Armand.
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for taking such an interest in my friend's story.
Who wouldn't? A young reporter driven by a passion for truth pursues a major case of corruption, ultimately driving an innocent woman to commit suicide. But the story's not over yet, is it? I'm curious, what happens next?
He was beyond distraught. Nothing could console him. He came to realize that the pen really was mightier than the sword. And he had used his sword to punish the wrong person. And then he... I can't continue like this. I just can't. I need to tell you the truth. He... or rather, I... thought death was the only form of penance.
I suspected you may be hiding something.
I apologize. I've been lying to you this entire time. I had no such friend. The reporter, the one who killed the innocent woman, that was me.
I had a feeling. The way you've been telling the story seems to be hitting a little too close to home.
The reporter in me died long ago. I handed in my letter of resignation immediately, of course. Along with my life as a writer, I buried my precious pen. The burial ground is now a storage area somewhere in Old Town. Underneath the dirt lies the tool of my trade, and a part of myself.
So why tell me this now? What's the point in dredging up the past? It can't be easy for you.
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. I guess I've been wanting to tell someone before it was too late. People need to know what happened. As a warning, if nothing else.
Too late? You're not thinking of...
No. I've been dead for a long time now. The day I quit my job is the day I quit being me. That's the day I quit living. You see, I'm as good as dead. I'm nothing more than an empty shell of a person.
Old Town.
So yeah, that quill pen. Here
I
you
have
go.
something that might belong to you.
You found my pen. During my days as a reporter, I never went anywhere without it. It was a gift from one of my fans.
Doesn't this pen remind you of a time you wanted to help people? When you were still naive, but fiercely determined?
Yes, long ago, when I wanted justice for the world. But I realized my pen is a deadly weapon. My writing is lethal. I wasn't aware of my own powers. That's what drove an innocent woman to take her life. And that's why I quit my job as a reporter and threw away this pen. Do you know how it feels to have someone's death on your conscience? The only way to make this right was to quit what I love most.
So what did you fix?
Huh?
When you threw away your career and gave up on the world, quit on life, how did any of that help anyone? Did that make anything right? It was just an excuse for you to run and hide from your past.
Then what am I to do? Writing. It's the only thing I ever knew. But it never occurred to me that my passion could end up hurting those around me. My prized treasure turned out to be a weapon.
The pen can harm people, but it can also protect the public.
You think I should start writing again? I don't know if I could do that. Or should do that.
You should, if you truly want to make things right. You've learned something important, the power and influence your writing has. People grow by learning from their mistakes. It's impossible to forget what happened in the past, but use that knowledge and do what only you can do.
Do you really think I can? All right, I'll do it. Starting over will be tough, but I'll try. You've returned my pen to me, but what's more, you've given me hope again. Thank you. Thank you.
We have to complete this quest to do another quest later. That'll be enough for now. What day am I even on? Day 6, 6 days left. Okay. doing all these quests and doing it the way I'm doing, just for the sake of showing off how to do these, is really time inefficient, as you can see. And not a way I recommend doing it, but want an individual quest guide, then
Require a...
and I may end up inadvertently showing off how not to do this. Alright. Skip.
Nice work, Light.
And now we're going to finish the Angel's Tears quest. Alright, so let me scroll up. I am following along a written guide. By the way, I have already done this, but I'm just looking at a guide for better clarity. Okay.
This broadcast is brought to you by the Public Morals Office of the Order of Salvation.
Welcome.
Please pray, and thank Almighty God for allowing us to see another dawn.
We eagerly await your next...
And speak to Luca
You
one
again.
final time.
Here's some money. Take this, and show me what you can do, but don't cry for me. I want you to shed tears for yourself.
What? That's a first. No one's ever asked for that before. Why do you want me to do that?
Frankly, because I think you need it. Don't you think you do too?
I don't know.
Luca, you haven't cried for yourself in centuries. You say you're fine, and that there's nothing wrong. But that's not true.
Why not? Why would I lie?
I believe that your tears help mend people's broken hearts. Hearts that have forgotten how to feel. But every time you help someone, part of your own heart dies a little.
What?
When you talked about the death of your acting coach, you weren't sad. You were smiling. It's as if you don't feel anything anymore. You don't know what it's like to cry for real anymore, do you? Just these fake tears in exchange for a little money. What's become of your emotions?
I still have them, really. I can cry for real. All I have to do is think of the past.
Okay, then show me.
Huh. It's not working. That's weird. It's usually so easy. Huh. Why?
Time has taken everything from you, including a part of yourself. You've forgotten how you used to feel back then.
Stop it! Don't say that! That's not true at all! I remember everything! I remembered I loved him! And to this day, I still do!
Luca, I know. It's okay.
No, it's not! If I can't cry, that means my heart is gone! It means that it's been destroyed! I don't want to believe that! I won't!
I knew you had it inside you, and you proved it.
I'm crying. These tears, they're real.
I can tell. They look pretty real from here, too. I'm sorry if what I said was harsh, but it was for your own sake.
Thank goodness. My heart is okay. It's not broken. Wait. This wasn't your plan all along, was it? To help me realize the past that I'd forgotten? To save me from losing myself?
I just wanted to get my money's worth in tears. After all, I've donated more than enough. Besides, I couldn't just sit back and watch you waste away trying to help others. Someone had to help you.
I don't know what to say. I can't believe that anyone cared enough to help someone they hardly know. Thank you for opening my eyes. I'm going to stop selling my tears. I'm done.
Good.
It's okay to cry because you care about someone, but crying because people pay you to isn't what I want to do anymore. From now on, I'm going to show people my bedazzling smile instead.
So, these quests took way more time than I ever thought I would, or more time than I ever thought it would. So, I'm going to actually end this segment here, and we're gonna pick back up in part 3 of this.